I started the camera a little bit late, but multiple enforcers tried to flag down this rider and he refused to stop. They sent a big bike to chase after him, brought him to a stop, and he said he doesn't have a driver's license. Actually, the passenger and driver tried to change places and say that the other one was driving. Anyway, it's now going to be impounded. So the violation is slippers, unauthorized helmet, no driver's license. Now he's acting sorry, but if he was able to escape, I think it would be a different story. The towing crew just advised them now to remove their stuff from the bike. That would just avoid any potential incidents later, any complaints. And they'll take that over to the tow truck. It's really amazing how people's attitudes change once they've been apprehended. But when they're running away or if they escape, they gave the impound notice to that gentleman there. He was the driver, even if they tried to change after they were apprehended. I was actually going to say earlier, one of the big problems they always have in congressional is riders that ran away. But I thought I won't say it because maybe it won't happen today. And then just moments later, boom, tried to flag him down and he ran away. And this is very far, by the way. This is very far from where they tried to flag him down. They had to chase him a long way. Good morning, everyone. MMDA back on the road. Right now they're issuing tickets to illegally parked vehicles on the sidewalk. And it's not just cars, there's even motorcycles here. The owner of this vehicle said he'll take it inside. Problem is right now when they arrived, it's on the sidewalk. You'll see there's actually vehicles on the sidewalk all along this road. There's actually a one-side parking ordinance. Allegedly, you can park on the left side, but not on the right side. And of course, never on the sidewalk. Generally, they try and give people a chance because while enforcers have dealt with this hundreds, thousands, millions of times before, of course, for some drivers, it's their first time. So they always try and be as reasonable as possible. I still can't believe that until now there are people who comment, oh, it's anti-poor to ticket in tow. How is it anti-poor? Where do pedestrians go when you park on the sidewalk? They go into the road. And people have messaged me saying they were hit or their family member was hit because they were walking in the road. And in fact, I can see the towing crew hooking up to this now. They're going to tow it away from the sidewalk. Someone came out for this one, but it belongs to his son. The problem is he doesn't have a license himself, according to the enforcer. So they will have to tow it away to clear the sidewalk. This vehicle is actually parked on the side that allows one-side parking. But as you can see, the tires are flat, the window is missing, various parts of the vehicle are missing. If you actually read one-side parking ordinances, most of them specifically say unserviceable vehicles are considered as illegally parked, even if you park on the correct side. And according to enforcers, they received a specific complaint about this vehicle. Allegedly, it hasn't moved for a long time. That's why the towing crew are hooking up to it now, and they'll pull it away. So they just pulled it back now, and look at all the dirt on the floor. That's usually an indication it hasn't moved for a long time because the street sweepers can't get here. They just flagged down this gentleman for riding without a helmet and wearing slippers. Crazy thing is, he has a helmet there and he has shoes there. He just wasn't wearing either of them. One of the enforcers tried to stop this motorcycle because the lady on the back isn't wearing a helmet. Bad luck for him, the MMDA have big bikes and they were able to block him off and apprehend him. And the crazy thing, the lady had a helmet all along, she just wasn't wearing it. This road seems to have been turned into a permanent garage for Jeeps. Look, they're on the left, they're on the right, they're on the sidewalk, they're even parked on the corners. That's why the enforcer's writing out a ticket to this one now. I just don't know whether the drivers will come out in time to move them or if they'll all be towed away. Jeepneys are actually required to have off-street parking as part of their franchise. But if nobody enforces it, you end up with a big mess. Just like the Colorum premium taxis, right? They're operating so blatantly, they even set up terminals nationwide, but nobody's stopping them. The MMDA apprehend them as Colorum, but anyway, they're bringing in the tow truck now to pick up this Jeep and clear it from the corner. And this tow truck will pick up this one that's still on the sidewalk. Again, you have a street with a one-side parking ordinance, but this is parked on the wrong side. That's why it's being pulled up onto the tow truck now. Usually when people put plants like this in the road, it's to reserve a parking space. You're not actually allowed to do that under one-side parking ordinances. It's meant to be first come, first serve. So if one of your neighbors is putting out obstructions like that, well, actually it's even a specific violation in Quezon City. There's an ordinance which prohibits that. First penalty is 2,000 pesos. Sometimes people would say it's just a motorcycle, let it park on the sidewalk. But what happens when you allow one to park on the sidewalk? Before you know it, there'll be 10, 20, 50, 100, and there'll really be no more sidewalk anymore. Anyway, this one doesn't have a driver, so the enforcer's writing out the ticket, and soon enough the tow truck will come in. Scratch that, they won't need to tow it because the driver just arrived now, as long as she can show a license. Good timing because there's the tow truck. And the towing crew hooking up to that one. Usually cars parked here from a nearby condo. Not always, but often. The towing crew are just making a video of this before they pick it up and put it on the tow truck. See that big sign behind? No parking, both sides? It would be very difficult not to see this sign. And you already know that will go to Tomana in Marikina City. This vehicle has no plate on the front and no plate on the back. And the tow truck's coming in now to take it away. Many of the vehicles parked around here actually come from the repair shops along Banawe. They dump cars on the side streets, and sometimes they don't move for weeks, months or longer. This is meant to be a sidewalk, but you can see it's fully obstructed by this parked vehicle. Even the road itself has been obstructed. Just like this Mercedes over here, you can see it's obstructing the sidewalk. If you look behind it, you see most of the cars are actually parked parallel so that they will not obstruct the sidewalk. They're only on the private property or on the easement. Around 1 week ago, the team towed away a van that was obstructing the sidewalk from this very same spot. Today it's a pickup truck. Those cars you see behind, they're actually allowed to park in the road because there's a one-side parking ordinance. And in fact, across the street obstructing this sidewalk, this looks like the exact same vehicle that they towed away, what was it, a few days ago or a week ago? My goodness. So I just checked with the enforcer. He said both of these were towed last time and both of them are being towed today. They could park these parallel and then they wouldn't obstruct the sidewalk. But if they did that, then obviously they wouldn't fit as many vehicles in the same space. Here's another one that's obstructing the sidewalk. Real pain for pedestrians. Anyway, the towing crew are already making their video and then they'll put it up on the tow truck. And if you're thinking these are just customers that stop by quickly at the business, I don't think so because nothing's open. It's too early. So more likely it's either residential parking or it's been placed here for repair. And the team are now hooking up to the last time the team were here, there were a lot of vehicles parked here for repair and some were from the condo. Anyway, you'll see the towing crew hooking up to this one. They're going to load it up to clear it out of the road. And these would be the next ones to go up. My guess is they may have came from the condo because that's what happened last time the team were here. People came out of the condo and said, that's my car. But I could be wrong. Sometimes drivers would say, there's no space inside my condo. But then a lot of the time, what they actually say is, it's too expensive. That's the truth in many cases. They do not want to pay for space inside. But that is something you have to consider before you buy a vehicle. Can I afford to park it legally? If not, then you're probably not ready for a vehicle.